I thought I was in here by myself. I was like, wow. But I guess not. Welcome, guys. Hey, Puss in Boots, Serendipity, Mar. Just really wanted to come on and talk about a few things and see how everybody's holding up. Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me? Hey, Puss in Boots, can you hear me? Hey, Simone. Hey, Lab. Hey, Tally Girl. Ruth Walton. Samara. Florida Keys Amy. Polka Dot Suzanne. Only Fools Lie. Loud and Clear. Monica. Hello. Monica, I don't know if I've seen you here before, but if not, welcome. If so, welcome back. Crime Canary. D-Ride. I just really wanted to check in and see how everybody's holding up. Hey, Robin Curtis. Under these... Hey, Denise R. Kim. Under these circumstances. Hey, Serenity here. Monica. Hey, Abby Elf. I'm okay. I mean, my anxiety level's off the charts, but hey, Zuli. I'm sure I'm not the only one. Hey, Val. I'm just going to come on here and touch on a few things. Hey, Scotty Stacy. Lisa Duncan. Jennifer G. Hey, Crazy Nurse Granny. No, not at all. Crazy Nurse Granny. Not at all. Hello, you need to calm down. Hello, Governor. Robin Curtis. No, Crazy Nurse Granny, not at all. Not at all. I want to tell you all a little story. Hey, B. Fergs. Are you on full lockdown? Hey, Bless, Doodlebug, Carla. No, we're under a stay-home order, but Only Fools, hey, Lily, I'm going to touch on that because I have an opinion about that at this point because the human race... Hey, Not Your Business alternate account. Yeah, Puss in Boots, I agree. It is definitely going to get a lot more complicated. D-Rod, you have every reason to be. But, I mean, like I said, my anxiety is off the charts right now. But, is it time to panic? Nope, I don't think so. Hey, Stephanie Lee, Pearls of Wisdom. Because, I've really been keeping up with these, hey, Shannon Uncensored, with these statistics. You have guards at your grocery store, yep. On a good note, all the chaos going on, my new granddaughter. Ah, congratulations, Robin. I guess you're on a flood warning. I'm west of you. Probably so, Doodlebug, but I'm to the point I don't even turn the TV on anymore. I mean, that's how bad it is. Because, like I said, my anxiety level... We'll put it this way. My therapist is doing phone consultations, and she called me today. And she's ex-law enforcement. She has a really funny personality, and she's like, you're fucking crazy. I was like, yeah, I know. Thanks for the call. Hey, Muppets and Manilow. No, it's definitely not time to panic. A policeman got it in your town. Okay, Tara, I'm going to talk about Scotty Stacy is on lockdown. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. Our first, hey, Ben, our first responders. And let me tell you why it hit home with me, okay? Hey, Doodlebug. I have a sub. And she's not only a sub, but she has become a friend of mine. Oh my God, Zuili. But hopefully they're young and healthy. Thank you, Only Fools Live. You cannot listen to the gloom and doom. That's right. Hey, JoJo. So this person, I'm not going to say who she is. But she was just a sub, and then we started contacting each other outside of YouTube. And I'm not going to read chat for a minute because I'm trying to tell a story. I get a little sidetracked. So don't think I'm being rude. But we started talking outside of YouTube, and she's not just a sub anymore. She's a friend. And she's in a very high populated area that's really, really under some major stress right now, and it's up near New Jersey. Uh, I don't think people realize what the situation is in New York and New Jersey, but it's going to far surpass China. Okay? What I don't think, hey, breaking the silence, Miss OMG. What I think people are failing to understand is this staying home. I think people have it in their head that, okay, I'll stay home for 14 days and then all will be well. I know, Samara. Well, I didn't know that, but please take care. That's not what's going to happen, okay? The staying home is trying to keep our healthcare system from becoming so overwhelmed. It's bad, isn't it, Pearls? I know. Because this is what they're trying to do. If everybody stays home for a few weeks, then, because you have a very high chance of getting this. It's like the flu. It is a virus. Now, 90% of the people are going to have symptoms, and, they're going to feel like hammered hell for a couple days, but they're going to come through it. People like me are probably going, hey, Amanda Ray, are going to require hospitalization. But if we don't get this thing to plateau out, then what happened to Remy D? Oh. If we don't, what keeps happening to Remy D? Is she taking her statement back? I hope nobody's timing her out. But if we don't get this thing to plateau out, that's all they're trying to do. They're not trying to cure it. It's a virus. We can't cure it. If we could cure viruses, there'd be no flus or anything like that. But we need it to plateau out so those people that are more susceptible to needing hospital beds and respirators are going to be able to get them, to access them. And why that's not going to happen if we don't do this. Our hospitals are already becoming so overwhelmed with this. So I've been, doing some social media. It's all about conservation. Right. This is just a way to slow it down. A local pastor where I live is in hot water for saying the coronavirus is God's punishment for the... Oh, yeah, that. You can't say that, Soaring Eagle. Because I don't believe this is a punishment. At all. But, hey, Blink. I wanted to just touch on a few things, okay? I've noticed that some people just aren't taking it serious. And, that's kind of on them. Or you would think it's on them. But... like, let's say you're out a nail polish remover, okay? That's not a necessity, okay? So running out to the Walgreens or the CVS or whatever, the Walmart or whatever, to get nail polish remover. Now, here's what happens. You don't know you're sick because you don't have any symptoms yet. You go into Walgreens and you sneeze. And then it contaminates several items. They're talking like this virus can live on cardboard for up to 24 hours. On some surfaces, up to 8 and 10 days. Take care, breaking the silence, please. But, so you go into Walmart because you just have to have this nail polish remover. Okay? I mean, it's just a necessity in your world. But now you get that nail polish remover and you take it to the counter. Now you've touched the counter where other people, now it stays on metal for like 9 days on stainless steel. So now other people are going to come in behind you and they're going to touch that countertop. And the lady who's checking you out, unless you're doing self-checkout, right, Tara, is going to touch that. And everybody's thinking, well, they should be sanitizing. No idea. Somebody just texted me and I have no idea. But what it boils down to is, was that nail polish so important that somewhere down the line, a doctor is going to have to look at somebody like me who's compromised because of having COPD? Now, a lot of people are going to sit back and listen to this and say, oh, this is bullshit. Let me tell you something. It's happening. Was that nail polish remover important enough that someone like me, could possibly be told that I can't get treated because they have no more beds and no more respirators available? Who wants to put a doctor in a position to have to look at me and say, well, you're over the age of 50, you have underlying health conditions, we really can't treat you right now because we can't take off a 20 or 30-year-old off of their respirator or off of their oxygen. Does anybody see where this is a trickle-down effect? It absolutely can happen, and it is happening. Because people are just not taking this. I'm not saying panic. There's no need to panic, okay? Because if we all just did what we're being told to do, hey, Coffee Chat, if I'm missing you, hey, Marianne, it's because I'm not really reading chat because I don't want to get off my story. So, I was telling you about the sub who's now my friend. I called her today. This woman is a very strong woman. When I say strong, she's mentally, spiritually strong. She has spent her whole life, her family are all first responders. She's a retired police officer. She has 2 family members. She lives in New Jersey. Some of her family members are from New York. She has 2 family members that are first responders in the hospital battling this. There are 211. This is just from this morning. I don't know if it's gone up. 211 NYPD officers that have been tested positive for COVID-19. 211 officers that are not on the streets to protect the citizens. And who's out on the streets? The lady going to buy the nail polish remover. And was that nail polish remover really that important? Was it really that important? You got to have groceries, okay? You got to eat. So, you know, do what you can do. If you have someone in your family that is young and healthy, make them the designated grocery getter. Or if you have somebody that's still working outside of the home, and they can pick up the groceries on the way home or what have you, let them do that. I have a nebulizer. No, I have one, Doodlebug. I just did a treatment. It's so little to ask to try to get this from becoming a place, to the place where doctors and first responders are going to have to make decisions like they had to do in Italy on who lives and who dies. I do too. I feel horrible. You know, I feel bad for the police, the fire, the corrections. You know, Rikers Island has a big breakout right now. Now, you know Rikers Island is a prison. And a lot of people are going to say, so what? It's a prison. So what? Who cares? Okay? Every one of those people in behind those bars are human beings. Okay? Regardless of what they did. Yeah, I'm going to, Lily. My doctor's supposed to call me tomorrow. Regardless of what they did, they're human beings. There's somebody's son, there's somebody's brother, there's somebody's sister, there's somebody's mother. They're human beings. So if we start having outbreaks in our prison system, and they have to start releasing people because they're nonviolent offenders, and those people come out onto the streets, and they're sick, and they have nowhere to go, so they become homeless. Now we've just added to the problem. Coffee chat, yes, only go out if it's important. So I would like everybody to take a few minutes and throw up some prayers for my sub, for my friend. I'm not going to mention her name, but she is terrified on what's going on around her. The National Guard is there. That's scary in itself, to look out your door and see the National Guard. Well, I believe, Soaring Eagle, I believe in faith, but I also believe that God gave us free will. God can only do so much. I mean, yes, he can also have albuterol. Oh, well, thank you, Doodlebug. I have plenty, though, I'm sure, but yeah, this friend of mine, she's scared to death. She has family members that have this. She has comrades. She's retired. They're calling back retired police officers, retired firemen, because of the current situation with the first responders in New York, in New Jersey. She can't go back out there because she is compromised. But she's scared, and I don't blame her. I'm scared. I haven't left my home since the 13th of March. Because I can't take that chance of running into that lady who went out to get nail polish remover, who doesn't even know she's sick, because she's one of the lucky ones that's going to have minimal symptoms. She's one of the ones that are going to have, she might run a slight fever one day. She might feel a bit sluggish for a couple days. She might develop a little cough. But I can't take the chance of running into this lady or gentleman who went out to get, I don't know, a hammer, a ladder, a can of paint, whatever. I can't take the chance of doing that. All the nurses and the doctors, they don't have the supplies that they need. You're right. My friends and I are making masks following YouTube videos. I used a bra strap piece of air conditioning filter. I don't care what anybody thinks. I'll do whatever I can to halt the spread. Thank you, Miss OMG. Thank you. And if everybody has cabin fever right now, but if everybody just did their part, everybody. It could be worse. We could be confined in tents, like, if you remember, well, of course you don't remember the Spanish flu, but if you look into the Spanish flu, people were confined to tents. We have the option to be in the comfort of our own home with social media and ways to reach out to people. Trust me, I've taken my anti-anxiety medicine, or I wouldn't be this calm. Yes, Muppets, I'm okay. Thank you, though. But thank you. Okay, Muppets just said, are you okay, the truth? Do you have enough food? Yes, I'm okay. But if you could text or call, or at a safe distance, contact your neighbor and ask them the same question. Just ask them, are you okay? If everyone would do their part, it would be over quicker. Exactly, Tia. Exactly. But see, we have these kids. I won't even say just kids, because I've been watching social media, and we're not just, you've got the anti-vacciners, the conspiracy theorists, You can think it's a conspiracy if you want, but fact is, people are dying. People are dying. These cops and these nurses and these firemen, they have to come home to a family. Tawny C, I'm getting some more called in tomorrow, but right now it's just some weak stuff. I don't know. I did 3 of them. But they have to go home to a family. What if they have a child that's got cystic fibrosis? Let's say they got a child that's cystic fibrosis. And they have to go home to them. Now you've just put a child in danger. Because if we stayed off the streets and we stay out of the way of the first responders, guess what? They got nobody to deal with. They can just be patrolling the streets. Now I want you to think about this. And some people are going to say, who cares? They're just addicts. We've closed our borders. So the drugs that came into the country are going to have a harder time getting in here. Now, you guys can say, well, they're drug addicts. They need to quit using drugs anyways. But I'm the mother of a drug addict, okay? Although he's currently clean and sober, I am still the mother of an addict. He's practicing sobriety, but I'm still the mother of an addict. So please don't say, well, they're just drug addicts, because they're people. And they don't just quit being drug addicts because our government says, hey, man, we're having a pandemic, so we're going to close the border, so you probably need to quit using drugs. If it was that simple, we would have killed the war on drugs a long time ago. So now the stores are closing. The drug addicts are going to get desperate. The drugs aren't coming in. The crime rate is going to rise. So there's so much behind this. It goes, you know what I went to bed thinking last night? This is what kept me awake last night. You want to hear a story? Everybody says I tell good stories. Let me tell you what kept me awake last night. Child abuse. Every 2 minutes, a child dies from child abuse. Every 2 minutes in this country, a child dies of child abuse. Okay? That's on a normal day here. Now I want you to stop and think about the stress that these people, people are going through, trying to. I'm so pissed right now. FedEx said they delivered my prescription cat food. I'm about to run out, but they didn't. Not to me anyways. I've driven up and down. Can you track the package, Tony C? My neighbor's house was robbed the other night. She heard them, found her stuff. That's exactly what they're going to start doing. They're going to start coming into people's home looking for their medications. Thank you. Hey, DD. But you got to remember that everybody that's behind bars or in a facility, they're not serial killers. Do you know in this country we lock up our mentally ill? Because we don't know what to do with them. So what do? We put them in jails. So they're not criminals. They're just mentally ill. They suffer from mental illness. So if one of these outbreaks, if an outbreak of this COVID happens in one of our jails, come on, guys. But yet, you got the lady who went out to buy the nail polish remover, who gave it to the lady at the checkout line, who went home to her husband, who's a cop, who went into one of the facilities in which our loved ones are being held, and started something. Because somebody had to get a bottle of fucking nail polish remover. And I'm sorry, I'm just using that as an example because that's the kind of shit I'm seeing on social media. They have cut out all visits, Deborah. All visits have been cut out. I read about that earlier. There's anybody incarcerated you can't visit unless you're doing it via PayPal or whatever. Homeless people. You know, this goes so much deeper. But I'm going to tell you what I went to bed thinking about and what I woke up thinking about because I didn't get much sleep. And that's child abuse. Like I said, I'm not really watching chat, guys. I'm not trying to be rude. But I woke up to thinking about child abuse. In this country, every 2 minutes, a child dies from child abuse, from being abused. Now, on top of that, you put the stress of people not having their jobs, and this goes for domestic violence as well. You put the stress of not having a job, of trying to keep a roof over your head, trying to keep food in your children's belly. Even people that are usually not short-tempered with children are going to become short-tempered. So this goes so much further than just the flu. So much further than just the flu. I'll read you my I never hardly ever go on Facebook, okay? It's just not my forte anymore. But I'll read you what I wrote on Facebook when I woke up today because it was really bothering me. This is my post. It says, I don't post much, but something is really bothering me. This virus goes far deeper than the lungs. This virus goes to your head and to your heart as well. Without the extra anxiety being placed on folks, think about this. Every 2 minutes in this country, a child is dying as a result of child abuse. Now, add on top of that, kids are home, they are bored, and have no real comprehension of what's going on, so they're on your nerves. The parents or caregivers are stressed more than normal over finances, how to keep a roof over their heads, and food in their belly. The crime rate will climb, whether it be to obtain money for drugs or just to provide for your family. Most who contract this virus will suffer minimal effects. Some, like me, will probably not recover. All I'm asking folks to do some distancing. That's all I'm asking, is do some distancing. Use your head. If your child is getting on your nerves, please distance yourself. Even if it's just to take a bubble bath or to sit outside for a moment, I beg of you, take that distance. And use your heart. Stop before you hit. Remember, your child did not cause this. And like you, they have no control over it. Their little minds can't comprehend why they are not going to school. They're not allowed to play with their friends. So not only should we be protecting our lungs, but protect our heart. And I ask that everybody stay healthy, mind, body, and soul. So, this goes so much deeper than what it's, this reaches into people's lives so deep. So, again, don't think, oh, well, if it gets into a prison, who cares? They're just all criminals anyways. No, they're not. Because this country's way of dealing with the mentally ill is to lock them up. So people who are totally innocent, didn't cause any crime, didn't hurt anybody, they're locked away because they have mental illness. So please don't think, oh, well, it's in Rikers Island. Nah, not a big deal. They're just all criminals, because they're not. Their brothers, their sisters, their fathers, their mothers. They may have broke the law. They may not have. Wait a minute. Somebody's saying, can I screen record and share on my Facebook? Sure, I don't care, Juju. So, now I want to touch on our social media habits, okay? Now, here we are. We're stuck at home. The people who are doing their part, who are staying home and doing what we need to do to get this to a plateau where nobody has to go without medical attention because our hospitals are becoming overrun already. Georgia is already almost at a critical level in their hospitals, according to their governor this morning. Good for you, Val. I've only made it since March 13th, I think, is when I went to the grocery store. So let's move on to our social media behavior. Okay, we're still throwing jabs and this and that. But now we're going to start striking creators. Okay, now we're just going to, instead of just changing the channel, we're going to start striking creators who's going to lose their channel. But remember, that creator, now I want you to see how this trickles down. That creator is stuck at home too. Now, please, when I say this, I'm not referring to Leanna or Makeup Mobster. But just think about this. You could be striking somebody who is stuck at home with kids. Now, you've taken away the one person's outlet to communicate with adults. You've taken that away from them because you're a petty bitch and you decided to strike somebody's channel. And now they can't go live. They can't, they can't do their thing. So you've taken that away from them. Now they don't have an outlet because their mothers, their wives, their grandmothers, their, or their fathers, you've taken that outlet away from them. So now that trickles down into the household. Now, I personally know that Makeup Mobster is a great mom, and I don't have to worry about this with her. But what if it's someone else? What if it's somebody whose temper flare that we've seen temper tantrums on here? What if it's somebody that can't even handle a little criticism, or can't handle, a dislike on their video on here? And their subscribers. Exactly, Crazy Nurse Granny. So you've just taken away somebody's outlet that is using social media because that's all we can do. Because if we're doing what we're supposed to be doing, which is staying home, and you want to have contact with actual adults, you just took that away from them. Now they have to find another way to filter their frustrations. Because we can't take it out on the little ones. The ones that are running around crying because they're bored out of their skulls. The ones that are eating you out of house and home because they're growing kids and they're bored. So all I'm asking is for people to stop and think before they do something. Well, she does have a backup channel, Serenity, here, so if you're not subbed up to it, please do. If I had the link, I'd have my mods drop it, but I don't. It's in her description on her upload on her main channel. But let's not take away people's outlet, man. If you don't like what they're saying, please change the channel. Don't take somebody's outlet to the outside world away from them. I mean, because all of this is such a trickle down thing. And I gotta be honest with you, if I were running this country, you'd probably hate me right about now. Because there wouldn't be any of these stay-home orders. Every single state in this nation would be under lockdown. Every single one of them. Thank you, Mar, for dropping that. So sub up to the link that Mar just dropped if you want to see more Makeup Mobster. But every little thing we do has, it's called cause and effect. Every little thing you do affects somebody else. Now, you can make it a positive effect, or you can make it a negative effect. 5,000 positive cases in Mississippi. Now, keep in mind, if you say 5,000 positive cases in Mississippi, that could be tripled. Because we're not testing. So just because it says 5,000 confirmed cases, hey, Winky Whispers, doesn't mean there's just 5,000. Not that 5,000 is even a number to sneeze at. But all we're hearing about confirmed cases are those that's been tested. Now look, they're coming real far. Like, I think they created a test that you can get the results within 45 minutes instead of 4 days. They're working on that. They're working on getting home testing kits. But here's their fear with that. They'll give you a home testing kit, but you won't do it properly because you won't take the time to do it. And we have people out there that will do that. They just won't take the time to do it. Because, we have people that's Superman. That they don't have to worry about it. So before you go out to get that bottle of nail polish remover or that hammer or that ladder that you just got to have today. You can't wait. You got to have it. You got to have it right now. Think about the effect that you could have on other people. He said we don't have a count for the last 24 hours. Exactly, D-Rod. Hey, Lisa54. Is it time to panic? Nope. Because the statistics show that this flu is still, from what they know, I think it's like 98% of the people will get it, suffer mild to medium symptoms. So you might feel like hammered hell for a few days, but you're going to recover. But people like me, we're not going to recover, okay? So do me a favor. Don't go out and get that nail polish remover, okay? It's not that. That nail polish remover is not worth somebody's life. And you can say, oh, she's being overly dramatic. Well, I believe people have had it, Coffee Chat, and they weren't diagnosed. We've had 114, and my county has 14. Yep. I believe people have had this virus. The ones that were sick back in December, January, February with upper respiratory infections, they were tested negative for the flu. But yeah, your elderly parents, but see, everybody thinks this is an elderly virus. Trust me, if you go back and look at China statistics, it was more common in men, obviously more common in smokers, more common in men, and the age range in China was like 30 to 50. That's not old, guys. Now, Italy, on the other hand, has the highest number of elderly people in the world, which is why you're getting the elderly statistics from there. Now, on the bright side, a woman in China that was 98 recovered, and a man that was 101 recovered. Yeah, it killed a 32-year-old doctor that was exposed to it, yes. So, it's not just an elderly thing. You can't think, well, I'm 20 and I'm healthy, so it's not going to bother me. Oh, I didn't read Terry Lynn. No one knows what someone is going through. I lost my husband last month to the flu. I'm alone. This is my outlet. Terry Lynn, I am so freaking sorry for you. I am so sorry. If you need to reach out, if you need to talk to anybody, feel free to contact me. If any of you are at your breaking point, and trust me, I was at mine yesterday. I was so strung out. So when I say strung out, I mean my nerves, my anxiety was so ready to snap. I was talking to, well, I'll tell you who I was talking to. I was talking to Puss in Boots and Mar on a group call. And I couldn't even talk to him. I was like, I got to get off of here. I can't even talk. But I was so stressed out. The channel, Roy Lab Stats, check it out. Okay, I'm going to do that, Mac. Well, my therapist told me today to quit watching the news. But I can't. I got to be a part of everything. I want to cure the world. I can't. But I can do my part, and my part is to remain home until this gets to a plateau where nobody has to go without medical treatment. Yeah, you can't dwell on the worst case scenarios, Serenity, here, because this, I'm telling you, there's people that's already had it that didn't even know it. They've recovered. There's people that's getting it. They're spending a few days feeling like hammered hell. They're recovering it. We need to start looking. Yes, you're here, Mac 11. You would never be blocked. My husband has been back to the hospital 3 times. They are calling it a lung infection. Obviously, they've tested him, right, Mac? I mean, a lung infection that's what this is. Mac, I will say prayers for your husband. Everybody say a prayer for Mac's husband because it's very stressful. I didn't see what you said, Mac. The chat is fine, and I don't ever mean to ignore anybody. But, guys, you can take it serious without panicking. Long Island says, please take it serious, you all. In Atlanta, 59% of those affected are ages 20 to 50. So it's not just an old lady disease. Okay, Mac, surely they're going to test him for COVID. Bye, Winky. Take care. So, I'm glad you have Klonopin. Doodlebug, that's what I had to take yesterday to settle me down. My doctor calls me tomorrow. I'm going to tell him to stick this antihistamine that he seems to think is supposed to cure my anxiety up his ass and to give me something else because I'm at the end of my rope. And not because I'm panicking over this pandemic. I'm panicking because people aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing. Mac, I hope they get him cleared up. I know you're probably not allowed to go visit him. Do you go back and read your chats? I do, Karen. Although I hate to hear myself talk, so I turn the volume way down when I go back and read it. So, I'm going to say a little prayer, and then we're going to continue to chat. Okay, Doodlebug, yeah, I'm gonna ask him about that. Oh my God, anyone see the stats for USA? Yes, I have, Mac. And my Discord link is in the, Mar is dropping my Discord link. All I ask, and Zuili, I don't know why you would be blocked. Try that link that Mar's dropping. The only thing about my Discord is I don't want any arguments. Okay, there's no. I mean, we can be adults. We can disagree. But if you're just going to be in there arguing and nitpicking, then you have Klonopin or Colinspin. The stats do change every day, and we're going to start seeing. Hey, Simple Simon. We're going to start seeing those stats get better. We really are. But we've got to get to that plateau. What did I miss Pearl say? Pearls, don't panic. Everybody say a prayer for Pearls. She just found out her brother has been diagnosed with COVID. Please, everybody say a prayer for Pearl's brother. Pearls, don't panic. Because if your brother is healthy, it just don't panic, please. Just, what did Lisa 54 say? I can't believe my attention span. It's so scary for me. They said the same about my friend's boss's wife. She passed today. She was just tested yesterday after being deathly sick for a week in a hospital. Results to be back in 2 days. I'm so sorry, Lisa. But see, here's the thing, guys. If we can get this tested and we can get this to plateau, we can treat people. We can get them back on the, on the mend. Doodlebug, I agree with you. I agree with you. But it doesn't have to be. It's not a death sentence, you all. I mean, I apologize. Is your Discord only a mod chat? No, Marianne, it's open. It's an open Discord. But yeah, if you see Pearls out in the chats, please ask her how she's doing. Mac, my feeling is they don't know enough about the virus. When they do, things will improve. Exactly. But here's the thing, Mac. I totally agree with you. There is a light at the end of this. Okay, Zueli, somebody's looking into it. One of the administrators is looking into it. It isn't a death sentence at all, D-Rod. You're right. As a matter of fact, the amount of deaths from this are far lower than H1N1. The typical every year flu. Pearls just got in Discord. Okay, I'm going to check on her in just a minute. They're working daily on a vaccine. But even if we can't get a vaccine, because that could be well into 2021, we can at least get medicines that, like Tamiflu. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for another Tamiflu, but something that attacks this strain. So, please, guys, please, I'm begging you, just do your part. If you have to go out, make sure it's a necessity. Make sure when you come through the door, you're leaving your shoes outside. You're sanitizing. You're putting your clothes in the washer. These are simple little things you can do to keep your family safe. I mean, and to keep others safe. These are easy things. So guys, please, 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 let's try to come together. Let's not sit and pick each other apart over dumb shit. Remember that we're all, all of us are getting antsy, and, you can still go outside. If you got to get away for a minute, go sit outside for a few minutes. Go, take a hot bubble bath. Just do what you got to do. But come on, let's quit attacking each other and shit. Don't go out for no nail polish remover or no hammer. Let's do what we got to do to get through this. We are the strongest nation in the world. We're not going to let some fucking virus break us. And with that, I'm going to repeat my prayer. Dearest Heavenly Father, thank you for all the wonderful blessings you give us each and every day. Lord, thank you for your grace and mercy and forgiveness you give to us through your Son, Jesus Christ. Lord, we are facing a very bad disease known to us as COVID-19. I know you know all about it. Lord, I'm asking you to help us contain and conquer this virus and that you give healing to those who have contracted the virus and give protection to those who don't have it. Lord, please bring our spirits together even though we can't come together physically. Lord, thank you for hearing this in our prayers. We know we are not worthy, but we also know how loving you are. We know only through you can we overcome this pandemic. We pray this prayer in the mighty and glorious name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen. Guys, reach out to your neighbors. If you're healthy and you can do it safely, reach out to your neighbors. If you know somebody that needs to talk because their anxiety level is through the roof, like mine, let's reach out to them. Feel free to join my Discord if you need people to talk to. You know, and like I said, my Discord is not a place to gossip. It's not a place to discuss or bash other creators. Yeah, everybody gets their little burr in their butt, and you know, so and so pissed me off or so, but it's not a place to argue. I want my Discord to be a place to come together. And if you're in the middle of the night, you're from a different country, you're from a different time zone, you need somebody to talk to, you got a place to go. Because it's going to be so much easier if we rely on each other. Dee Dee says, I'm stopped watching the news. I'm ready to lose it. Where I'm at, the numbers are out of control. God, please be with our first responders along with everyone else. Yes, please. Thank you, Neri. Like I said, guys, I appreciate you coming into my stream. I appreciate you supporting me. I think I just got a PayPal. I don't know who it came from, but thank you. I appreciate. But here's what I really want you to do. Let's support one another. Okay? Let's support one another. You know, we're all different people. We're all different personalities. But even if it's somebody that on a regular day you don't care for, you're in a stream with them, you're in a chat with them, go ahead, ask them how they're doing. It's not going to hurt us. You know, reach out to somebody. You know, there's people on here that I just don't click with. But I'm going to make the attempt the next time I'm in a stream with them to at least say, hey, how you doing? If everybody, there's 105 people in here, if everybody did that, that's 210 people that can come together. Here's one, me and Breaking the Silence. We do not get along. Breaking the Silence, I want to know how you're doing. I really want to know. I'm not being facetious. I'm not being a bitch. I want to know. I want to know how you're doing. Dee Dee says, can you drop the link for the Discord? I don't know which one's dropping the link for there. I don't know if that's Mar dropping that link or... you also have Makeup Mobster's backup channel in here if you want to sub up to that. Mar says, Zuili, as soon as I find the problem, I will post a comment for you under this live stream. Check back in a bit. Breaking the Silence said we said it at the same time. I think she's talking to Neri. But either way, let's come together, folks. Let's do what we can do. And what you can do is you can stay home. Unless you have to go to the grocery. There's the Discord link, Dee. Mar just dropped it. No matter if you like everything about someone, we don't wish harm on them. Exactly, Breaking the Silence. Exactly. So... I'm going to dip off of here, that Discord link, if you want to go back and listen. Even if you don't want to listen to the replay because my voice is absolutely atrocious. I know this. You can always turn the volume all the way down like I do so I can go back and read my chat. But, see Breaking the Silence? I missed it. Guys, stay home. say your prayers. You know, there's truckers out there that can't even get any food to eat because truck stops are not serving food. These truckers are trying to get this food into us. If you're able, if you can throw a couple sandwiches together, go to a gas station, wait for the truckers to pull in and fuel up, throw them some sandwiches, you know, give them some coffee. Sorry, I just cough like a fool, but I cough all the time because, like I said, I have COPD. Thank you, Only Fools Live. So, I'm going to see you guys around the tube. Peace, stay healthy, mind, body, and soul. Help your fellow man. And I'll guarantee you, in just a month or so, if we all did what we're supposed to do, we're going to see the sunshine and things are going to be a lot different. Things are going to start getting back to normal. We're still going to have COVID-19. But it's not going to be in the desperation that we have it now. So, everybody take care. God bless. Love you. Appreciate you coming in. And do what you can to get through this. See you around the tube, guys. Bye.